Today I'll be giving a brief presentation on Italian cuisine and its presence within Australia's multicultural food scene. Nestled in the heart of Europe, Italy is a boot-shaped peninsula that is surrounded by a sea on all three sides. The Italian peninsula was divided amongst different rulers until the second half of the 1800s. This history of division can be credited to the vast variation in food practices in the differing regions and the introduction of foods that we now associate with being Italian, such as spaghetti. The current Italian diet is full of fresh produce such as olive oil, tomatoes, and pasta. In order to preserve the fresh qualities of their produce, Italians use condiments and herbs sparingly and as enhancements to a dish. Furthermore, Italian food is focused on respecting the ingredients and its preparation is often simplistic in nature. Common methods include curing, crudo, cooking pasta al dente, and the widely used cooking methods of baking and simmering, with a liberal use of olive oil. Broadly speaking, Northern Italian food has a focus on animal products such as butter, meat, parmigiano and other types of cheeses, while Southern cooking is more reliant on olive oil, tomatoes, eggplant, capers and fresh fish. Regardless of regions, Italians eat with the seasons and produce food products that are congruous with their surrounding landscapes. With the introduction of the Catholic religion came strict regulations on food practices, such as the prohibited consumption of animal products for half of the year and the mandatory consumption of fish on Fridays. Over time, these rules were no longer strictly enforced. The Catholic Church also celebrated many occasions, with food being a highlight. Christenings, Christmas, Easter Sunday, Carnival and many different saints' days all feature food in a festive-like setting, each with its own specialty dishes. Influences of the Italian cuisine can be seen in many different countries, as can the influence of other countries within the Italian cuisine. The French were introduced to many Italian foods and customs in the 1500s, including the use of the fork. When the Greeks occupied Sicily, they brought with them many of their local foods and cooking techniques, as did the Columbian exchange with the introduction of tomatoes, which are now associated with being quintessentially Italian. The Italian cuisine has many unusual aspects, including a dessert made from pig's blood and a cheese infested with the larvae of a fly. Perhaps the most unusual is the degree to which Italians preserve the regional nature of their food production, even going as far as introducing regulations and labelling. The migration of Italians to Australia started in the late 1700s and began to taper off in the 1970s, with the peak period being 1971. With the arrival of Italian migrants, Australians were beginning to be exposed to the Italian culture, including their cuisine. Other methods of exposure came in the form of newspapers, tourist guides, film, radio, television and the advertising industry. As the two cultures began to assimilate, there became an increase in Italian-themed food products and recipes in popular culture. Today there is a plethora of Italian restaurants, delicatessens and cafes, and even our supermarkets stock a wide variety of Italian food items.